My dear friends, my dear students, Principal Sister Lena, Vice Principal Levina, Sister Levina, and the teachers, thank you for inviting me to address your students on career development, career guidance. Today, I am sure our children are very confused, especially in the time of examinations, etc. And I believe that you are preparing yourself for 10th class or 12th class exams. And some of you must be thinking of your future, what kind of a course you should take, what college you should choose, what school you should join in, and what is the future for you. At this juncture, it is apt that we talk about career guidance. But I remember once Martin Luther King Jr. said, "You must discover what you are made for, and you must work to achieve excellence in your field of endeavor." If you are called to be a street sweeper, you should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted or Beethoven composed music. That means with full heart and mind, you need to do whatever you are entrusted to do. Jim Lovell said, "There are people who make things happen. There are people who watch things happen. And there are people who wonder what happened." To be successful, you need to be a person who makes things happen. That means you have to take the first step. Always the first step is the hardest. And to choosing your school, your college is the hardest thing. And I am sure that you have chosen the right thing by selecting your wonderful school to build up your future. So, my dear students, the goal in life is to make the effort to do the best you are capable of doing in your family, at your job, in your community, for your country, and the whole world. Don't measure yourself by what you have accomplished, but by what you should have accomplished with your abilities. The effort is what counts in everything. In other words, do not be complacent with what you are doing, the minimum things. No, you can achieve greater. Expand your horizon. Work hard. I am sure you are all capable of doing. And do not compare with one another. Now, having said so, there is a very important theory called multiple intelligence. Many of you must have heard about multiple intelligence. And multiple intelligence talks about we are all differently endowed with intelligences. For example, there are people who are bodily kinesthetic. They are body smart people, we can say. Bodily kinesthetic people, body smart people. They are physically involved in activities so that they will learn better way. There are people who are interpersonal, we can say smart people who have the leadership qualities, etc. People who interact with one another very comfortably. And we have another group of people called verbal linguistic people. They are called word smart people. They can learn the languages, they can write well, they can speak well, they can articulate well, etc. So verbal linguistic people. We also have logical mathematical people who can think logically, rationally, and people who are logic smart people. And we have also people who are spiritual naturalistic people, nature smart people they are called. They are divine people. They kind of they are so much tuned with the nature, the ecology, etc. And we have intrapersonal people. They are called self-smart people. They know their strength and their weaknesses, etc. They get energy by inward looking. We have visual spatial intelligence, another area. They are called picture smart people. We can say in our language, we say artistic people, who are artistically talented people. They are visual spatial people. Now, we have another group of people called musical rhythmical people. They are called music smart people. So we have people who are body smart, people smart, word smart, logic smart, nature smart, self smart, picture smart, and music smart. Now these are all the talents God has given to us. Now when you look for your career, you look at and understand, try to understand what is you are endowed with. What is your talent? What special gift do you have? And accordingly, you must develop your career. Now, what is a career? A career is a person's progress through his or her life. Life, on the process of your life, you have to progress in life. That progress is called a career. And what is career development? Career development is an ongoing process of gaining knowledge and improving skills that will help a person to be successful in her or in his life. So this is very, very important. And in career development, you must remember there are 6 elements to remember. Number 1 is your experience. Number 2 is your interest. Number 3 is your values. Number 4 is your education. Number 6 is called skills. And number 5 is called skills, and number 6 is called your goal. Set your goals. Walt Disney used to say, if you have a dream, you can achieve it. If you have a dream, you can achieve it. And your career, in order to get a successful career or the developing your career, you need to have experience, interest, values, education, skills, and goals. Please remember these 6 points. Now, why selecting a career? Because we all have been created unique, as I said just now. Now we have our finger point, that is different from one another. That's why it's a unique identity. Remember, we have very short time in the whole timeline of the world. When we look at your 40 years of working period, is nothing, and your hours of working, etc., must be fruitfully, you must select. In other words, you need to select your career in a smart way. We know the smart goals. Smart goals means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. This is called SMART. Now, we must focus on our interest, on our planning, on our goals, skills, salary, preparation, education. All these are important. And when you look at a career, you need to plan your career. Planning is so important. Identify your skills. As I just now, multiple intelligence said, no, you have different intelligences. Similarly, you have skills also different. Identify your skill. What is your skill? Specific skill God has given to you, and develop that. Research career options. Look at many options available, and I can show you hundreds of options available to you today. Link your subjects and your careers. Now you are studying, suppose you are science or commerce or education or your arts or whatever it is. It has to look at forming your career better way. And also I will request you, know your values. What is your value? Are you a selfish man or a woman? Are you so self-centered? What are your values? Learn about yourself. What are your qualities? Learn about yourself, your talents, your giftedness, your interest, your strengths and weaknesses. Know about yourself. Now, planning accordingly. For example, you must ask yourself what you want to be in the future. That's the first question. What am I looking for? What I want to be in the future? What are your interests? What are your skills? What types of careers fit your skills and interests? Because you are an artist, suppose, and you look at what are the skills and that can help you according to your interest. How do you prepare for the career? I'm sure that your schools will organize programs in guiding you into these areas. Now, what do you like to do? Ask yourself, what do you like to do? There are different, the options are plenty. It's diverse in nature. But you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, what do you like to do? Now, in order to do that one, I will suggest a small way. In your leisure time, you make a list of 10 activities you have enjoyed doing in the past maybe 2 years in your study period. Make a list of 10 activities. That's the first thing. Identify, reflect, spend some time. Then ask yourself the second question, that is, what challenges did the activities offer? All those activities which you have identified, they must have provided you with some very, very concrete challenges. Identify those challenges, write down. And then you look at the third question, that is, what skills do you need to develop further to continue in those activities? You have started, you have done something, maybe imperfectly, maybe failed, but now you look at what skills do you need to develop further to continue in those activities. This exercise will give you a better understanding what are your career and what are your career goals, etc. Now, a career goal will also guide you into doing what you want with your life. It's not about simply finding a job. It's about job satisfaction. What gives you a better interest in your profession? Generally, a career goal is based on your skills and interest, career possibilities, and job trends. For example, when you go for a job, you are interviewed because to know your interest and further how do you make yourself a maximum effective. That is what they look for. Now, you must set your goals, my dear children. Make a good plan for you. Get to work, stick to it, reach goal. Remember once again, set your goals, make a plan, get to work, stick to it, reach goal. Once you have chosen a career, think strategically about the steps to accomplish your goal. Understanding and accomplishing your career goal will be a lot easier if you create a career plan. Now, what are your skills? Make a list of your school activities. Evaluate school, volunteer work or leisure experiences, etc. and write down. Concretely, you put 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, you go on writing. You will see. Now, when you look at this one, you must ask yourself these simple questions. What am I really going to do? What am I really going to do? Am I sure of my place? For example, which school or which college? Where and when? Are my subject appropriate? As I told you, the society has a craving for science today. And everybody is jumping into engineering because people think that it is more of earning. School education, in fact, I used to say, very many times what we see from the parents and the demands of the society, that shows that our education is more of earning rather than learning. Earning is because parents will prefer a good school to send their children because they think that this school will give them better opportunities to earn more money, etc. And so the learning aspect is completely forgotten. So my dear children, as you are preparing for the examinations of matriculation as well as your plus 2 exams, you must uh, avoid this confusion, what to do after 12th, etc. Many of you are confused, I know. Therefore, you are going for all kinds of consultation and counseling, etc. Remember, you have plenty of options after 12th standard. You have BCom, BA, BSc, BBA, law, hotel management, print journalism, mass communication, visual communication, filmmaking, travel and tourism, medical, BTech, and you also have opportunities in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Merchant Navy. Plenty of opportunity. I can number any number of opportunities that are available to you. Medical, for an example, a lot of opportunities. Remember, do what you love. Do what you love and love what you do. Remember, do what you love and love what you do. That will bring a successful career for you. We have plenty of opportunities in education. I am sure that Bethany Sulantu School gives you a variety of opportunities. You have your campus. I have seen once I came to give orientation program for the teachers there. That time I saw it's a beautiful campus, wonderful teachers, very great visionary principal and vice principal. You have a wonderful team there. And your campus in that area, I have not seen any other school with that wonderful facilities. So the sisters are providing everything. That means a better education you have already got. Now the question is, what is your motivation? Do you have that motivation to achieve greatness? I saw last year and so on, your result was very good. So you should be motivated. The result and mark is not the only thing I am talking. There is beyond mark and academic performance. You should have a right motivation to achieve greatness. Success. I will talk about success a bit later. You have to define your goals. What is your goal? As I told you, write down what you want to become. Strengthens your weaknesses. Where you are weak, identify them and strengthen. You need to have necessary qualification to achieve your success, and prepare all this in a checklist. Now, as you enter into the schools, as I said, I'm sure that you are also aware, plenty of opportunities for you. You have junior college. If you join or complete that one, you have, for example, BSc, B.Ed, BA Hospitality, MBA. You have B Pharmacy, sports, and equivalent PG courses. You have commerce, arts, medical, biotechnology, professional course, CA, BE, MS, ME, MTech, law, MBBS, BTech, animation, design, IT, fashion, designing. You can go for your engineering, army, diploma, ITA, architect, PhD, MBA, company secretary, MS, MTech, professional certification, etc. Plenty of opportunity for us. Plenty of opportunity in studies. Once I look at the career pathfinder, I'm so confused because so many areas we can develop. So many. You cannot include in one page, and it's plenty of things to look into. So you can develop your technical skills, your aptitude, your interview skills, your corporate attitude, your soft skills. Soft skill is very important. Your placement, grooming, a real-time partnership, internship, etc. Very, very important for you. That means education, experience, your aptitude, your ambition, your fresh ideas, work ethics, networking, collaboration. All these things help your career. And therefore, ask yourself, Which career will you choose? Which career will you choose? As I told you in the beginning, your career must be in accordance with your talents, your giftedness, your intelligence. The new education policy of India 2020 talks about the uniqueness of every individual. Now, my dear students, please remember that there are 5 areas must work together for your successful life. And 5 or 6 areas, I can put 6 areas. Number 1 is your vision. What is your vision? What do you want to become? What is your goal? That is called vision. Second is your skills. According to the visions, you must develop your skills. Number 3 is incentives. I call it incentives, means encouragement, awarding and rewarding and self-appreciation, etc. Incentives must be there. Resources are very important. You need financial resources as well as personal resources, people who can help you, etc. This also resources. Your good school is a resource. So you need to have resources. You need to have action plan. Short-term plan and long-term plan must be prepared so that you will be able to achieve success. And finally, every now and then you need to have assessment or evaluation about yourself. Now, in order to have change, in order to have success, you need to have 6 areas. Number 1 is vision, skills, incentives, resources, action plan, and evaluation or assessment. Now, suppose you miss one of these things. For example, let us take if you miss vision. Rest of the things you have, skills, incentive, resources, action plan, assessment is done, but you will not have success. You will be confused because you do not know where to direct yourself. That focus is not there, vision is not there, then confusion is a result. Suppose you have vision, you have no skills at all, you have incentives, resources, action plan, assessment, etc. The result will be very anxietyful life. You will be anxious. Now you have vision, you have skills, you have resources, you have action plan, you have assessment, but you don't have any encouragement of your life, no appreciation, no positivity. Then passivity will be your result. Passivity. It is a kind of negative life, dissatisfaction. Suppose you have vision, you have skills, incentives, you have no resources, you have plenty of beautifully prepared action plan and assessment, you do well, then the result will be frustration because you are lacking resources. You don't know how to achieve, you don't have resources. My dear students, if you have vision, skills, incentives, resources, but you have no action plan, you have not prepared your day, your week, your month, and you have assessment, you will find you have false starts. You are not in the right way began. And if you have vision, vision is there, skill is there, incentives is there, resources, action plan, but you never do an evaluation of your life, then the result will be atrophy. You will not have success. So when we talk about career guidance, remember all these aspects. Career plenty are available, but in order to choose the right one and in order to get success, you need to have better vision, better skills, better incentives, better resources, better action plan, and better assessment. If you have all these things, your life will be successful. I wish you, my dear students, all the best for your studies. Since you are preparing for your examination, I know 10th class exam and plus 2 exams are a turning point in your life. Very important. Prepare well. And as I said, you should have an action plan, a timetable, your schedule have to be prepared well. I'm sure success will come after you. You need not go after success. Success will come after you. Therefore, my dear students, wish you all the best. Choose your subject well, prepare your skills well, identify your goals well, and I'm sure success is at your doors. Wish you all the best for Sulantu School. All as you prepare, I will assure you that my prayerful support for all of you. And also, thank you, Sister Principal, Sister Lena, Vice Principal, Sister Lavina, and some of the teachers there, and all my dear students. Hope your days ahead will be successful, bright, and very, very efficacious. May God bless you all. Thank you very much, and God always be with you.